Okay, boys. Today's our topic is pH of polyprotic acids or polyacidic bases. Means a single acid molecule can donate more than one H plus ions. More than one H plus ion. See here, I will explain. That is, let us take an example. There are different acids, types of this H2CO3, H3PO4, H2C2PO4, H2C2O4. All these are more than one H plus donating acid. So such type acids. So during dissociation, all these are weak acids. During dissociation, break down into H plus ions and anions. That dissociation takes place in different steps, number of steps. So that means, see here, I am taking an example, H3PO4. H3PO4. It is orthophosphoric acid. So this phosphoric acid, first of all, break down into H2 ion and H2PO4 minus ion. It is first dissociation. So this is weak acid, that's why there is a reversibility in the reaction. Next, this H2PO4 minus once again dissociates into further H plus ion and HPO4 minus ion, minus 2 ion. That means one more H plus ion is coming out from this acid. Next, still H plus ion is there. That H plus ion, that HPO4 2 minus ion, once again going to decompose into H plus ion and PO4 minus 3 ion. This is dihydrogen phosphate ion, it is hydrogen phosphate ion, it is phosphate ion. So these ions coming step by step, that means it is the first step, it is the second step, it is the third step. That means this H3PO4 is dissociated into step-by-step conditions. Step-by-step conditions. So this is first dissociation. That is why let us consider this one is Ka1 for dissociation, Ka2 for this second step dissociation, Ka3 is the third step dissociation for instance. So in general, so if a weak acid dissociates in more than one steps, multiple steps, so their dissociation constants as step increases, value decreases. That means here Ka1 is much more greater than Ka2, which is greater than Ka3. Ka1 greater than Ka2, which is greater than Ka3. Okay, so that means this dissociation is very higher than that of this one, and this one is higher than that of this one. So that means, so the maximum H plus is coming out from first step. Second one very negligible, almost too much negligible. Okay, so let us consider. So how to find out pH of this type of acids? So let us say C1 is the initial concentration of this H3PO4. So at the beginning it is 0, 0. It is a time t is equal to 0. At a time t is equal to 0. Now at time t is equal to T equilibrium, something is going to be dissociated. That means C1 minus C1 alpha 1. Alpha 1 is the degree of dissociation of this weak acid in this first dissociation. That implies that is equal to here C1 alpha 1, C1 alpha 1. So these are the dissociations, that is H plus ion, H2PO4 minus ion. So this is first one. Now let us consider this C1 alpha 1. This is involved in the second step, which is I am taking C2 concentration. C2 concentration. Now that H2O4 having C2 concentration at T is equal to 0, initially 0 and 1, no dissociation. Now I am taking second dissociation, that is C2 alpha 2. Alpha 2 is degree of dissociation of this H2PO4 minus. This H2PO4 minus, therefore, so it is C2 alpha 2, it is C2 alpha 2. So these are the dissociation cases. So this is in second case. Now this formed C2 alpha 2, which is taken as C3A. Let us consider C3A. This is involved in third step. So similarly, at T equilibrium test. Now at T is equal to 0, so it is a C3N. So 0 and 0. At T is equal to T equilibrium, C3 minus C3 alpha 3 is the dissociation. Now which is taken as C3 alpha 3, it is a C3 alpha 3. C3 alpha 3. So this is the way this acid is involved step by step conditions. Sir. Now to see boys. So how much is the total H plus concentration in the entire solution? So that is C1 alpha 1, here H plus. Here also H plus is coming out. Here also H plus coming out. That means these reactions are all simultaneous reactions. In simultaneous reactions, so we must consider total H plus concentration as C1. In every step, so all these H plus ions are considered. Here H plus concentration is taken as C1 alpha 2, see here C1 alpha 1 plus C2 alpha 2 plus C3 alpha 3 is the total H plus concentration. Here also the C2 alpha 2 means C1 alpha 1 plus C2 alpha C3 alpha 3 is the total concentration. Here C3 alpha 3 is there, that is C1 alpha 1 plus C2 alpha 2 is the total H plus concentration. That means the H plus ion concentration, so is totally we consider as a collection of all these, and in every step we must use H plus concentration this one. Therefore, the total H plus ion concentration is equal to C1 plus C2 R2 plus C3 alpha 3. C3 alpha 3. But already I told that second and third degree of dissociations are very, very weak. Second and third dissociation. That means C2 alpha 2 and C3 alpha 3 are very, very small values. That is why these are taken as negligible conditions. So that is why these are neglected. So during the consideration of H plus ion concentration, that's why it is almost equal to C1 alpha 1. C1 alpha 1. Therefore, the total H plus ion concentration coming from a polyprotic acid we consider as that is from the first step. Second and third step dissociations are very negligible. Second and third step conditions are very negligible. Okay. Therefore, H plus concentration is equal to C1 alpha 1. From this, we know alpha 1 is equal to, from this ionic that is S class, alpha 1 is under root Ka by C1. So that is applied. Therefore, H plus concentration is equal to under root Ka of C1. From this, I calculated H is equal to 1 by 2 pKa1 minus C boys. Here we use first dissociation constant. This is Ka1, this is Ka2, this is Ka3. So because most of the H plus is coming from first dissociation, therefore which is taken as 1 by 2 pKa1 minus log C1. So this is the way to calculate pH of a polyprotic acid. pH of polyprotic acid. Okay. So please, my device, this is please you identify this condition. Identify this condition. Okay. Now, how to find out degree of dissociations of? That is alpha value in first, second, and third cases. So see boys, here in first step, H plus ion concentration is equal to H2PO4 minus ion concentration. But this H plus ion concentration we consider as, so sum of all these concentrations, that's why this H3PO4 dissociation is equal to, so this formation. Therefore, alpha is equal to this concentration by this one concentration. So therefore, total how much is taken? How much is dissociated? C1 alpha 1 is dissociated. Or C1 alpha 1 by total Cn. C1 alpha 1 by total Cn. What is alpha value? How much dissociated by total taken? How much dissociated by total taken? How much dissociated? C1 alpha 1 is dissociated. So how much is actually taken? That is C1 is taken. That is C1 alpha 1 by C1, which is taken as so alpha 1 cases. That is degree of dissociation in first cases. Similarly, from second case, so H2PO4, this concentration, so consider from here. Therefore, so here alpha is equal to C2 alpha 2. That is this concentration by actually taken concentration. So therefore, alpha 2, that is HPO4 minus 2 by H2PO4 minus. Similarly, alpha 3, so PO4 minus 3 by HPO2 minus. So this is the way to calculate. So degree of dissociations of first one and second one, third one. So this is the way to find out. So now we are doing some problems based on these concepts. So stay here. Listen boys. In 0.1 m H3PO4 solution, find pH and concentration of H2PO4 minus, HPO4 minus concentration, PO4 3 minus concentration, and their degree of dissociation for all steps. If Ka1 is equal to 10 power minus 3, Ka2 is equal to 10 minus 7, Ka3 is equal to 10 power minus 3. That means here Ka values are given to you and concentration of H3PO are also given to you. So find out its pH. So calculate this pH. First of all, we should calculate H plus ion concentration. We know H plus ion concentration is equal to under root Ka1 into C because just now we completed. So in multi-steps, so the H plus ion concentration is mostly from two step dissociated. That's why I'm considering Ka1 into C. C is the concentration of H3PO4. So apply the condition under root Ka1, that is 10 power minus 3 into 0.1, that is the concentration of H3PO4. Therefore, H plus concentration is equal to 10 power minus 2. Apply this 10 power minus 2, therefore pH is equal to 12. So therefore, pH of this solution is equal to 2. See boys, here H plus concentration is equal to H2PO4 minus concentration. So that is why here H plus concentration is 10 power minus 2 means H2PO4 minus 2 concentration also 10 power minus 2. Also 10 power minus 2. So this is first one. That means H2PO4 minus concentration and pH are calculated. Next, second step. There is H2PO4 minus which is dissociates into HPO4 minus 2 and H plus. Here Ka2 is equal to, so products concentration product by reactants concentration product. So here our target is calculation of this HPO4 minus 2. That HPO4 minus 2 is equal to H2PO4 minus into Ka2 by H plus. H2PO4 concentration is much only, that is 10 power minus 2 K2. That is the value in here. That is 10 power minus 7 by H concentration this much. That is 10 power minus 2. Therefore, altogether the calculation, the final value is H2O4 minus 2 is equal to 10 power minus 7. Next. So that is this one also calculated. Next, third step, H2O4 minus 2, once dissociates, here 3 is used. So H plus concentration plus PO4 minus 3 concentration. My target is to calculate this PO minus concentration. K is equal to H plus into PO4 minus by HPO2 minus. From this PO4 minus 3 is equal to Ka3 into HPO4 minus concentration by H plus. So that there is K value is given as 10 power minus 13 and H plus concentration. This is H2 concentration. The previous step we calculated and H plus concentration 10 power minus 2. Here already we calculated. Substitute all these values, we will get 10 power minus 18 m. This is a PO4 minus 3 concentration. So this is a PO3 minus concentration. So the first 4 conditions are completed. Next, also asked degree of dissociation of all states. That means alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. He want to find out it. Now we know alpha 1 is equal to this concentration by this concentration. So this concentration is 10 power minus 2. This concentration is 10 power minus 1. This one. Next, alpha 2, this concentration. So because H plus 3 is the total summation value, but it is from this one. So dissociation of this one by total taken this one. So therefore, this one H2O4 minus concentration is how much? 10 power minus 7 by. So H2PO4 concentration is how much? It is 10 power minus 2. Therefore, it is a 10 power minus 7. Next step. So here degree of dissociation. This one by this one. This one by this one. Products by reactants. So here the value is 10 power minus 11. This is the way to calculate. So this is important, my dear boys. Please read once again. So already I will send the notes. Okay, this is the way to solve problems based on polyprotic acids and H plus and other conditions. Similarly, we should also calculate polyacidic basis. Polyacidic basis. Okay, so this is important. Next, our topic is common ion effect. What is this common ion effect? See here. So our topic is common ion effect. Common ion effects. So the statement, the title gives about the common ion. That means there are certain common ions. Where, sir? So let us consider solution. Let us consider solution that is a strong electrolyte whose alpha is equal to 1. So is in combination with a weak electrolyte whose alpha less than 1. So a solution is prepared by taking this one. Solution is prepared by taking strong electrolyte and combination with the weak electrolyte. Okay, so let us take an example. Let us take an example. For taking strong electrolyte, I am taking HCl, which is completely ionized. That means H plus ion and Cl minus ion. Okay, so take another weak electrolyte. So how, sir? This weak electrolyte contains one of the ions common in strong one, strong electrolyte. That means, so here some ions are there. This is H plus and Cl minus ion. These are some strong electrolytes. So consider this weak electrolyte. At least one of these two electrolytes must be available. These two ions must be available in the weak electrolyte. In this electrolyte. That is why I am taking CH3COOH. It is a weak acid, weak electrolyte. So it ionizes into H plus ion and CH3COO minus ion. So because it's weak electrolyte, there is a reversibility in the reaction. So between this undissociated part and dissociated part, there is equilibrium. There is an equilibrium. See boys, so it is strong electrolyte. This is the weak electrolyte combination. So in strong electrolyte and weak electrolytes, there is a common ion. So what is that common ion? Here H plus is the common ion. H plus is the common ion. So if one of the ions is common, automatically the dissociation of this weak electrolyte, it's the dissociation, that is not reaction, is suppressed. That means forward reaction not takes place. Thus, so this H plus is added here. That means product concentration increases in this reverse reaction. When product concentration increases, that is favors to backward reaction. That means dissociation of this CH3COOH is decreased. So it is all due to the common ion present in the electrolytes. A common ion present in the electrolyte. This is suppression of dissociation of weak electrolytes due to the presence of a common ion present in the added solution is that is a strong electrolyte is called as common ion effect. So what is this common ion effect? That means the dissociation of weak electrolytes suppressed because of its job. One ion, because of its job, another element which is a strong electrolyte having at least one ion is the common ion. That common ion automatically in product side, so automatically backward reaction takes place. So when backward reaction takes place, dissociation is visible, only association, that's right. Dissociation is HCOOH method, weak electrolytes. This dissociation decreases because of addition of this common ion, which is called as common ion effect. Okay, so this common effect plays a major role in buffer solution. We make in next week syllabus study. So okay, so buffer solution something else. So let us take some examples, some problems based on this topic. Okay, see here. Okay, boys, see here. So let us take an example. CH3COOH is the weak acid and CH3COOH is the solvent. This salt is strong electrolyte. This weak acid is weak electrolyte. So in solution, this is the combination. In solution, this CH3COO minus is a complete ionized because this strong electrolyte alpha equal to 1. Therefore, if C is the concentration of this CH3CONA, so which is complete ionized, that is a C1 minus C1, that means it is become 0 only. Now how much is this value? So C1 is coming out and C1 is coming out. Therefore, CH3CO minus ion concentration is C1. It is from salt side, it is strong electrolyte, it is completely ionized. Okay, so along this equation, this chemical, there is another chemical also in CH3OH, which is not completized. It is a weak acid. Its association is CH3CO minus CH3 is equal. CH3COOH is equal to CH3CO minus and H plus ion. Now its concentration, let it be C1 at the beginning. So the in mixture already that is completed. That's why C1 is the initial concentration of this CH3COH because it is from salt and salt. This is the C1 because the entire mixture is there. That is a which is complete ionized. Their concentration is considered here. So 0 H plus ion concentration is 0. Now apply condition. At T equilibrium, from this X is dissociated. Therefore, C minus X, here X is formed, therefore C1 plus X and X is formed. Because it is weak electrolyte, this dissociation is, the degree of dissociation is very, very less. That's why X is negligible. Therefore, this value is equal to almost C and this value is almost equal to C1. This is X. This is X. Therefore, Ka is equal to CH3 product concentration product by reactants concentration product by. That is the CH3CO minus concentration by H plus concentration by CH3COOH concentration. It is Ka for this weak acid, but the concentration used here in Ka, it is mainly salt and because entire salt because so if 10 grams of this one is taken 10 CH3CO minus is coming out. If 10 grams is taken here 0.1 may be coming out here. That means the CH3COH CO minus concentration mainly from that salt that this is taken as a salt concentration and H plus is from acid CH3COH. Now my target is to calculate how much is alcohol. Alcohol means how much is dissociated and how much is initially taken. Dissociated is X, initially taken is Ca. Therefore, X by C is the degree of dissociation of this weak acid. Degree of dissociation of this weak acid. Entire arrangement. So that means, see boys, here kind effect. This is common end. So because of common end effect, it is to be backward direction. That means the product's concentration increases and reaction for backward direction. That means Lee-Chatterley principle is applicable. According to Lee-Chatterley principle, as concentration increases, backward reaction. Concentration of products increases, backward reaction. Concentration of reactants increases, forward reaction takes place. But here, concentration of products increases, there is a backward reaction favorable. That means the common effect works according to Lee-Chatterley's principle. According to Lee-Chatterley principle. So it is the major condition. Gamma is completely based on Lee-Chatterley principle. So let's take an example, a problem based on this. So see here. See boys. So there is a problem on common ion effect, that is calculate pH of solution which is 0.2 m NH4Cl. So and 0.1 m in aqueous solution. That means there is a mixture of 0.2 m NH4Cl and 0.1 m aqueous NH3. Aqueous NH3 is nothing but NH4OH because NH3 plus H2O, that combination gives NH4OH. That is, aqueous ammonia is almost 100% equal to ammonium hydroxide. It is weak electrolyte by device, but it is a salt. So, which is a strong electrolyte? It is strong electrolyte. NH4Cl is completely ionized. How much is taken? 0.2. So, ended up in 0, 0. So, it is completely ionized because alpha is equal to 1 means. So it is completely ionized, so it is 0. That is NH4 plus ion is equal to 0.2. Cl minus ion is equal to 0.2. Now it is a strong electrolyte. Basically, there is a weak electrolyte. That is NH4OH, which is reversible with NH4 plus ion and OH minus ion. At the beginning, NH4OH is how much is taken? 0.1 m. So 0.1 m. So this NH4 plus ion, because already that is completely dissociated. Therefore, NH4 plus ion, it is NH4 plus ion already in equilibrium, so it is 0. So that means a little bit decomposed, X decomposed, but it is negligible, which is equal to 0.1. So something is formed, this X is negligible, which is equal to 0.2. This is X. You want to calculate pH. So now I am calculating OH minus ion. That is first of all OH is used to calculate pH. That pH is used to calculate OH. So POH, then it is used to calculate pH. See, for this equilibrium constant Kp, is equal to concentration product by reactants concentration product. That is NH4 plus ion concentration into OH minus concentration by NH4 plus ion concentration. Now NH4 plus ion concentration is equal to, and OH minus concentration is X, and so NH4 OH concentration is 0.18. So finally I got that OH minus concentration nothing but X, which is equal to this much. Which is equal to this much. Here Ka is given as 1.8 into 10 power minus 5. So log 1.8 value already given boys, that is 0.26. That is 0.26. That is why this 0.8 is retained. So therefore is equal to this much. X is nothing but OH minus concentration. So X is equal to 1.8 into 10 power minus 5 by 2. So now this is OH minus concentration. This OH minus concentration is used to calculate pOH of the solution. Now pOH is equal to minus log OH minus concentration, apply OH minus concentration. So something by this is log minus log this by plus 1. So after final calculation, OH minus concentration is equal to 5.04. 5.04. So but we asked pH. pH is equal to 14 pOH. So the final answer is 8.96. The final answer is 8.96. It is the way to calculate pH or pOH of the solutions by using common ion effect. By using common ion effect. So it is important, my dear boys. This is in your syllabus in this week. So please carefully. So I will send the notes. So some more problems are there. Please resolve those problems also. Please resolve those problems also. Okay, now we are going to calculate Ka and Kb values and their relation for a conjugate acid-base pair. For a conjugate acid-base pair. See here how. So let us take an acid Ha, which is reversible H plus and OH minus because it is a weak acid, my dear boys. This A is the conjugate base. Conjugate base. So write Ka value for this weak acid. So it's plus concentration product by reactant concentration product. Therefore Ka of A is equal to H plus concentration to A minus concentration by Ha concentration. So let it be 1. Now I am taking conjugate base. So conjugate base. So it is dissolved in water. So that is H plus. So it converts into like this Ha plus OH minus concentrations. Now I am trying to calculate Kb for this Ka minus. So product concentration by reactants concentration because it is weak acid, water concentration is not changed. That is why it is neglected. So Ha concentration to OH minus concentration by A minus concentration. It is Ka of Ha. It is Kb of its conjugate base. So now I am trying to calculate Ka of Ha into Kb of A minus. So that is Ka of Ha into Kb of Hb. So after cancellation, this gives H plus concentration to OH minus concentration to Kw. Therefore, Ka into Kb of conjugate acid base phase is equal to Kw. And pKa plus pKb is equal to pKw. This is for conjugate acid base phase. So at 25 degrees centigrade, then Kw is equal to 10 power minus 14, then pKw is equal to 14. Therefore, these values are applicable at 25 degrees centigrade. These formula are applicable at any temperature. Any temperature. Let us take an example. That is, so CH3COH is weak acid and CH3CO minus is its conjugate base. And this is acid, its conjugate base. Therefore, Ka of acid into Kb of its conjugate base is equal to 10 power 14. Similarly, NH4 plus is acid, NH3 is a base, Ka of acid into Kb of its conjugate base is equal to 10 power minus 14. So water is acid, OH minus is a base. So therefore, their some multiplication value is also equal to 10 power minus 14. That means for any conjugate acid base pair, so its Ka into Kb is equal to 10 power minus 14. So which is at 25 degrees centigrade or at any temperature which is equal to its Kw. Similarly, pKa plus pKb of conjugate acid base phase is equal to pKw at any temperature and is equal to 14 at 25 degrees centigrade. See what? Next topic, our water. Our water acts as both acid as the base. Weak acid and weak acid. Okay, how this exists in our concepts? See here, H2O is reversible with H plus and OH minus ion. This water may release plus ion, OH minus ion. That is why H2O acts as acid as well as a base. Now I'm trying to calculate Ka or Kb because it acts as both acid or as well as a base. That's why Ka or Kb of this water is equal to product concentration by reactants concentration. H plus ion concentration to OH minus concentration by H2O. This H plus concentration to OH minus concentration equal to Kw. So by H2O concentration at any temperature it is applicable, boys. So therefore Ka or Kb of water is equal to Kw by H2O concentration. Kw by H2O concentration. Okay, so at 25 degrees centigrade, that Kw is equal to 10 power minus 14 and H2O concentration is 55.55. Therefore, it is after calculation, it is 0.8 into 10 power minus 16. So that is the Kb values of water. Ka or Kb values of water, that is 1.8 into 10 power minus 6 minus 16. Number of times asked for this state. Number of times asked for this one. Now, so pKa, I'm trying to calculate pKa. pKa or pKb is equal to minus log of this one, minus log of this one. So 16 minus log 18. Already we know log 18, 1.8 is equal to 0.26. Substitute that value. Therefore, pKa or pKb of water is equal to 15.74. 15.74. Now I'm trying to calculate. So for conjugate base pair, I'm trying to calculate pKa values. pKa of H3O plus pKb of H2O is equal to 14 just with the complete age. So because H3O plus and H2O are conjugate acid base pair, therefore pKa of acid plus pKb of its conjugate base is equal to 14. So substitute that one. So pKa of H3O plus is equal to 14 minus pKb of water. Just now we calculated pKb of water is a 15.74. Therefore, that gives negative value, boys. So which is equal to pKa of H3O plus is equal to minus 1.74. Don't be next. This is very, very important. It is also very, very important. Okay. So this is all about where. So concentration is 5.5. Water Ka or Kb value is equal to 15.74. So pKa or Kb values are like this. And so this is all about your water. This is all about your water. Now our very, very important topic is salt hydrolysis. So it is very, very important, boys. What is this salt hydrolysis? See here. Salt hydrolysis. Our topic is salt hydrolysis. This is the last topic for this week's syllabus. That is salt hydrolysis. Salt hydrolysis. What is this salt hydrolysis? That means hydrolysis of salt. Hydrolysis of salt means when salt is dissolved in water. See, boys, I will explain. When salt, this is water, this is water, that means H2O, this is the structure for H2O, oxygen gets partial negative charge, hydrogen gets partial positive charge, this is H2O structure, so that's why I'm representing this one as like this, H, it is O only, so this is negative, this is positive, this is positive. So this is a short representation of water. Okay, now I am taking a salt. Let us take Na plus and Cl minus. It is a salt, that is NaCl. It is dissolved in water, my dear boys. So automatically this NaCl break down into respective ions, Na plus ions and Cl minus ions. Now ions are entered into the solution, into the water. Now these ions may interact with water, may react with water, either physically or chemically. That means if this Na plus ion may react with water, that is chemical reaction, or this Na plus ion is surrounded with water molecules. Is surrounded with water molecules. This is called as physical interaction. Physical interaction. That means Na plus ion is surrounded because oxygen has minus charge, Na plus has positive charge. Those oxygen is pointing towards this Na plus. This physical just electron in this plus and that minus side. So it's called as physical reaction. This is called as hydration. This is called hydration. So physical interaction of ion with water is called as hydration. But sometimes these ions, so not Na plus, sometimes any ion, this is Na plus ion, other than this Na plus. So this one may react with water, that gives, water has H plus ion and OH plus ion. This A plus and this OH has combination, AOH, and releases H2H plus ion. That means there is a chemical reaction takes place between that ion and water. This is a chemical interaction, which is called as chemical interaction. This chemical interaction is called as hydrolysis. So there is a difference between hydration and hydrolysis. Hydration means physical interaction, just physical interaction. So there is no reaction between that ion and water. But here, ion and water, there is a reaction that gives either H plus ion or OH minus ion into the solution. So there is a reaction of the ion with water, and the reaction of ion with water is taken as chemical interaction, which is called as hydrolysis. Now our topic is salt hydrolysis. That means it is the chemical interaction. It is the chemical interaction. That means when salts are dissolved in water, those ions coming from water may react with water. So sometimes may react, sometimes may not react. So may not be react, there is physical interaction. Hydrolysis takes place. So and when these hydrolysis are taking place, when salts are dissolved in water, which is explained under the heading salt hydrolysis. See here, what is this salt hydrolysis? Before going to take that, so what is the salt? What is this salt? Salt is nothing but salt, my dear boys. What is a salt? Salt is the combination of one positive ion and negative ion. Positive ions are called as cation and negative ions are anions. See here, let us take an example. NaCl. It is a combination of Na plus ion, Cl minus ion. This is a cation, this is anion. That means salt has two ions, one positive ion, one negative ion. Cation and anion. Sir, how these salts are formed? Already in Archimedes theory, I told to you. An acid reacts with base that gives salt and water. Acid, let us take HCl is an acid. Base, that is NaOH is a base. If these two react with base, that gives NaCl and water. That means in salt, there is Na plus ion, there is Cl minus ion. This Na plus ion from base, this Cl minus ion in what? In the salt from acid. That means the cation is coming from base and anion coming from acid. That is why this cation is called as, because it is coming from a base, which is called as a base, a basic radical. Because this cation is coming from base, is called as basic radical. This anion coming from acid, that's why it is called as acidic radical. That means, my dear boys, salt is the combination of positive ion and negative ion. Positive ions are called as cations, negative ions are called as anions. So these cations in salt coming from base, anions from acid. Therefore, so Na plus, that is cation coming from base. That is why cations are called as basic radicals. Anion is called as acidic radical. Therefore, salt is the combination of basic radical and acidic radical. Basic radical and acidic radical. So now our topic is salt hydrolysis. What is this salt hydrolysis? That salt hydrolysis is nothing but, so basic radicals. So that means the cation of salt or anion, that B minus is the anion. Anion of the salt reacts with water. Is called as, so salt, ions from salt react with water is called as salt hydrolysis. That is the cation or anion or both of the salt may interact, may react with water, that interaction is called as salt hydrolysis. That interaction is called as salt hydrolysis. See boys, when cation interact with water, that is A plus ion react with water, that gives AOH plus H plus ion. That means when cation reacts with water, H plus ion is coming out into the water. When anion reacts with water, that means H2O. So because it is minus, H plus is attacked with, that is H3 plus OH minus ion is coming out. OH minus ion is coming out. Therefore, so when cation reacts with water, H plus ion is entered into the solution. When anion reacts with water, OH minus entered into the solution. When both these two are involved in the reaction, both ions are interact with water. Both these are released into the water. That means the reaction of cation or anion or both of the salts with water and liberates H plus ion or OH minus ion or both into the water is called as salt hydrolysis. Salt hydrolysis. This salt hydrolysis is the reverse of neutralization reaction. Reverse of neutralization reaction. What is neutralization reaction? There is a reaction between acid and base. See here. See, I will explain. This salt hydrolysis is the reverse of neutralization reaction. So what is, how this is taken as reverse of neutralization reaction? That is, see here, let us take NaCl, that is, let us take A this one reacts with water, that is, this is A plus and minus. So this is H2O, H plus and OH minus, that gives, so this A plus and OH combination, AOH plus this B minus and this H plus combination, HBl. What is this? It is a base. What is this? It is an acid. This acid plus base gives salt and water. It is a salt molecules. So backward reaction, that is acid plus base reacts with each other to form salt and water is neutralization reaction. So forward reaction, the cation or anion or both of the salt react with water to form corresponding base and acid, which is called as salt hydrolysis. That means salt hydrolysis is exactly reverse of neutralization reaction. Is exactly reverse of neutralization reaction. Very important. Salt hydrolysis is reverse of neutralization reaction. So acid plus base gives salt and water. Salt reacts with water, so corresponding acids and bases. Corresponding acids and bases. So when cation reacts with water, when anion reacts with water, when both reacts with water, sometimes both are not reacts with water. When it is possible. So now let us explain the concept. So up to now the concept is clear. The cation or anion or both of the salts react with water to form corresponding H plus ion or OH minus ion or both respectively into the water, into the solution, which is called as salt hydrolysis. Which is called as salt hydrolysis. So now, sir, which salt? So which ion involved in the reaction? See boys. Which ion involved in the reaction with water? See here, what is that ion reacts with water? That is, now let us take HCl. No doubt we know HCl is a strong acid. If this HCl ionizes into H plus and Cl minus ion, so this Cl minus ion is the conjugate base of HCl. Conjugate base. Because it is a strong acid, its conjugate counterpart, that is Cl minus, is weakened. That is, the ion coming from salt as a strong one is weakened. The ion which is coming from strong is weakened. For example, there is CH3COOH, which is weak acid modifiers. From this, the coming out ions are CH3COO minus ion and H plus ion. CH3CO minus ion and H plus ion. Now, this CH3CO minus ion is the conjugate base of this weak acid. Because it is weak acid, so this is coming from weak, therefore this is strong. This is strong. That means the conjugate counterpart of strong one is weak and weak one is strong, my dear boys. So this is very, very important. The conjugate counterpart of strong acid is weak, weak acid is strong. Strong base is weak, weak base is, that is, ion coming from strong acid is weakened. Ion coming from weak acid is strong. That is the conjugate counterpart. It is the conjugate counterpart of this one. So because it is coming from weak acid, this weak acid, this is weak acid, that's why this ion is strong. This ion is strong. Okay? Because this is coming from strong acid, that's why this is, because it is strong, it is weakened. Therefore, this Cl minus ion is weak ion, this CH3CO minus ion, that is acetate ion is a strong one. Acetate ion is the strong one. So that means this is the way to identify which ion is strong and which ion is weak. Those ions which are in strong condition only react with water. They are dissolved in water. When they are dissolved in water, so the ion which is in strong, that means, for example, this is weak ion, that's when it is dissolved in water, not reacts with water. When it is dissolved in water, no reaction takes place. Because it is coming from weak acid, that's why it is strong. When it is dissolved in water, it reacts with water. That means the ions which is coming from weak acid is strong. That strong ion reacts with water. So that means, so this is the strong ion, that's why it reacts with water. This is the weak ion that does react with the water. So here no reaction takes place. That means this water with the Cl minus ion, physical interaction takes place, not chemical reaction takes place. Because it is a strong ion, so this reacts with water, that means between these two, chemical interaction takes place, but not physical interaction. That means chemical reaction takes place here. Here, physical interaction, hydration takes place. Here, hydration takes place. This is hydrolysis takes place. So that means we have hydrolysis conditioning. So these ions, like these ions, may involved in the hydrolysis condition. Now see what it is, boys. So our salts are basically divided into 4 types based on their composition, their combination. So how they are formed, based on their formation, all these ions, all these salts are broadly divided into 4 categories. All these are broadly divided into 4 categories. How, sir? See here. That is salt formed by the combination of strong acid reacts with the strong base, because acid plus gives solid. If strong acid reacts with strong base, a salt formed, that is salt from strong acid and strong base. Next, similarly, strong acid plus weak base may interact. Weak acid plus strong base may react. Weak acid plus weak base may react. That means these are the salts formed by the combination of either strong acid reacts with strong acid reacts with weak base, weak acid reacts with strong base, weak acid reacts with weak base. That means how many types of salts are there? 4 types of salts are there. What are those? Strong acid plus strong acid plus weak acid plus strong base, weak acid plus weak base. So that's why before going to take the Hall's condition, you should know about the which acid is strong, which acid is weak. Now let us give some examples. I am giving some examples. Which acid is strong and which acid is weak. See, boys. So strong acids are generally used strong acids are HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, HNO3, HClO4, HClO4. So these are considered as strong acids. Please be mind. Next, weak acids are generally organic acids are weak acid, and HCN, hydrogen cyanide, is a weak acid. Next, CH3COOH is weak acid. HCOOH is a weak acid. That is H2C2O4 oxalic acid is a weak acid. H2CO3 carbonic acid is a weak acid. All these are weak acid, boys. So please try to mind. These are strong acids, these are weak acids. Now, strong bases. These are the hydroxides from alkaline earth metals. So except lithium, sodium onwards. NaOH, potassium, KOH, rubidium, RbOH, cesium, CSOH, second group last one, barium, barium hydroxide. So all these are strong bases, my dear boys, strong bases, hydroxides. Now weak bases are. So the frequently used one is ammonium hydroxide, NaH4OH is a weak base. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. Aluminium hydroxide is also a weak base. Aluminium hydroxide. Next, CuOH twice, cupric hydroxide, zinc hydroxide. So all these are kinds of weak acids. All these are weak acids. So please try to mind. These are strong acids, these are weak acids. These are strong bases, these are weak bases. So by the combination of these, this acid and this base, this acid and this base. So combination of strong acid, strong acid, weak base. Weak acid, strong base, weak acid, weak base. That means totally 4 different types of salt form. 4 different types of salts are formed. So see here, I will explain one by one. Now, see boys, first one, salt of strong acid plus strong base, hydrolysis. Salt of strong acid plus strong base, hydrolysis. See here, let us take a strong acid and strong base combination, that is NaCl. NaCl. How this NaCl is formed? See here. So this NaCl is formed by the combination of NaOH and HCl. NaOH is a strong base, HCl is a strong acid. Now, HCl is strong, its conjugate counterpart, that is Cl minus. This Cl minus is weakened. NaOH is stronger, its conjugate counterpart, Na plus, it is Cl plus ion. This Na plus ion is also weakened. This Na plus ion also weakened. So that means, so in salts, there is Na plus ion, there is Cl minus ion, both these ions are weakened. The ion which is weak not reacts with water. That means, so when it is dissolved in water, it converts into Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. This Na plus ion may react with water, Cl minus ion also may react with water. This Na plus ion is weak because it is coming from strong base. This Cl minus ion also weak because it is coming from strong acid. Therefore, both these ions are weak. That means no reaction takes place. No reaction takes place. No reaction takes place. Okay. So that means cation or anion or both of the salt not reacts with water. Reacts with what is called as hydrolysis. Not reacts with hydrolysis with water. That means no hydrolysis takes place. No hydrolysis takes place. That means, so the salt of strong acid plus strong base, that salt not reacts with water. Water it becomes strong acid and strong base. So cation and anion both are weak. Automatically those two are not reacts with water. Therefore, the salt is not reacts with water. No hydrolysis takes place. That means salt remains the same and water remains the same. Therefore, no change is occurred. Therefore, the pH of the solution is 7 because it is a neutral. Because it is the neutral salt. So therefore, NaCl salt is considered as neutral salt. Neutral salt, not reacts with water, not reacts with water. For example, see boys, if cation reacts with water, that gives AOH plus H plus H. That means whenever a cation reacts with water, that releases H plus ion. That means a solution having free H plus ion. Therefore, solution has acidic in nature. Therefore, pH less than 7.5. So, which one is involved in the reaction here? A cation. That's why this type of hydrolysis is called as cationic hydrolysis. Cationic hydrolysis. During cationic hydrolysis, H plus ions are entered into the solution. For solution becomes acidic. Therefore, pH less than 7. So, when a cation enters the reaction, if this cation is strong, that means if this cation is coming from weak acid. So sorry, cation from base. So that cation from weak base. If a cation coming from weak base, that cation is strong, that cation reacts with water and releases H plus ion. So therefore the solution becomes acidic and pH less than 7. Therefore, during cationic hydrolysis, whenever a cationic hydrolysis takes place, the solution is acidic and pH less than 7. So similarly, whenever an anion reacts with water, that gives BH or HB plus OH minus ion is free. Therefore, when anion reacts with water, free OH minus ion entered into the solution. Therefore, solution is basic. Therefore, pH is greater than 7. Therefore, during anion reacts with water, that's why it is called as anionic hydrolysis. Anionic hydrolysis. During anionic hydrolysis, solution is basic and pH greater than 7. During cationic hydrolysis, solution acidic and pH less than 7. That means either cation or anion may enter the reaction. Cation hydrolysis is acidic solution, anionic hydrolysis gives basic solution. If it is acidic, pH less than 7. If it is basic, pH greater than 7. So, but here, cation or anion both not reacts with water. That means no H plus ion extra, no OH minus ion extra are forming. That means number of H plus ions is equal to number of OH minus ions. Therefore, pH becomes, that is the solution becomes neutral. Therefore, pH should be equal to 7. Therefore, any salt from strong acid plus strong base is always neutral. No hydrolysis takes place. Therefore, pH is equal to 7. pH is equal to 7. No hydrolysis takes place because both the cation and anion are weak. Those ions are not react with water. Therefore, solution is a neutral nature. That means no extra H plus ion is coming out, no extra OH minus ion is coming out. Number of H plus and OH minus ion originally are equal, here also equal. Therefore, those salts are not involved in any interaction with water. Chemical interaction wise. Chemical interaction with water, that means the salt solution is neutral. Therefore, pH is equal to 7. pH is equal to 7. Therefore, so that is the salt coming from strong acid and strong base is always neutral. It is equal to 7. See boys, so let us give this salt Na2SO4 solution. So nature of solution is this acidic, is this basic, or is this neutral? Is this neutral? See boys, so let us cut this one. So OH is this side, H this side. Water, it is the combination of H2SO4. It is the combination of NaOH. NaOH is strong, therefore Na is weakened. H2SO4 is strong acid. SO4SO is weakened. These two ions in the salt are weakened. That means no hydrolysis takes place. Therefore, solution is neutral, not acidic, not basic. Because solution is neutral, pH is equal to 7. So, therefore, individual cases aqueous solutions are pH greater than 7, pH less than 7, or pH equal to 7. So, how to identify the salt solutions? The salts which are coming from acid and base, that is strong acid, strong base. Those salts are not hydrolyzed, no cationic hydrolysis takes place, no anionic hydrolysis takes place. The pH is equal to 7 because the solution is neutral. It is about salts of hydrolysis of salt hydrolysis of salts formed by the combination of strong acid and strong acid and strong. Now I'm going to explain about salts of strong acid plus weak base. Strong acid plus weak base. So let us take an example. See boys, our target is salt of weak strong acid plus weak base. Strong acid plus weak base. Okay, see here. Let us take that strong acid as H, weak base as NH4OH. By the combination of these two, the salt is NH4Cl. So now I am considering this is the salt. NH4Cl. It is a salt of strong acid plus weak base. So now our topic is about NH4Cl. About NH4Cl. So example for this one is NaH4Cl. Now, this NaH4Cl, when dissolved in water, break down into NaH4 plus ion and Cl minus ion. This NaH4 plus ion from NaH4OH. This NaH4OH weak base. Because it is weak base, this is strong. Because it is ion from weak base, therefore NH4 plus ion is strong. This is Cl minus, which is coming from HCl. HCl is a strong acid. Because it is strong, this Cl minus ion is weak. Therefore, anion is weak, cation is strong. So among these two, cation and anion, which one is strong? That one reacts with water. Here, cation is wrong. Therefore, that NaH4 plus ion reacts with water and gives NaH4OH. My dear boys, it is weak base plus free H plus ions are coming out. Free H plus. That means solution is more H plus ions. Therefore, solution becomes, because free H plus are coming out, acidic. Therefore, pH less than 7. Therefore, pH less than 7. That means the hydrolysis of salt formed a combination of strong acid and strong base always reacts with cation. The water reacts with cation. That means here cationic hydrolysis takes place. Cationic hydrolysis takes place. So this is cationic hydrolysis. So a cationic hydrolysis takes place. Whenever cationic hydrolysis takes place, free H plus ions are coming out. Therefore, solution becomes acidic. Therefore, the salt strong acid plus weak base combination is always acidic in nature. Therefore, aqueous NH4Cl solution is acidic in nature due to cationic hydrolysis. Now, whenever hydrolysis takes place, so automatically there should be hydrolysis constant. Just like acid constants, weak acid constants like that. So hydrolysis constants also there. So now how to find out that hydrolysis constant? Here, which one is the ion involved in the reaction? NH plus ion. Now I am trying to calculate hydrolysis constant. Hydrolysis constant for this salt. So what is that salt? It is a salt formed by the combination of, it is the salt of, so strong acid plus weak base. The example is NaH4Cl. So now I am trying to calculate. So what is the final condition? It is involved in cationic hydrolysis. So solution is acidic in nature. So therefore pH is less than 7. So cation hydrolysis takes place. So how much is hydrolysis constant? How much is the hydrolysis constant? Let us discuss the derivation. Okay, boys. See here. Now I am trying to explain hydrolysis constant of this NH4Cl. So in this NH4Cl, NH4 plus ion is involved in the reaction with water. That's why I am taking this one. NH4 plus ion plus water gives NH4OH and H plus. So at initial condition, concentration of NH4 plus ion is C. Water concentration is not changed. That's why I am neglecting this one. So it is initially 0 and 0 are there. But after some time, there is an equilibrium. So from this, CH is dissociated. So therefore, it is C minus CH. So here CH is formed and CH is formed. So this is hydrolysis. That is why I am trying to calculate hydrolysis constant, which is called as H. What is this H? What is this hydrolysis constant? KH is the hydrolysis constant. Now, so this is NH4OH, H plus, so product concentration by reactants concentration, right? So NH4OH concentration is a CH and H plus concentration is CH and it is a C minus CH. That is, it is. So finally we will get KH is equal to this much, 1 minus H. So when compared to 1, H is negligible. That's why 1 minus H is considered as H. Therefore KH is equal to CH square. KH is equal to CH square. What is this H star? H is constant. Just like our alpha. What is alpha in our previous case? It is degree of dissociation. There dissociation takes place. That's why it is degree of dissociation. Here hydrolysis takes place. That's why this H is called as hydrolysis. Degree of hydrolysis. This H is called as degree of hydrolysis. KH is the hydrolysis constant. Is the degree of hydrolysis. So therefore, from this KH is equal to CH square. So from this, H is equal to under root KH by CH. Under root KH by CH. See boys? So here H concentration is equal to CH. H plus concentration is equal to CH. So I substituted this H value in this one. Therefore, C into under root KH by C. Therefore, H plus concentration is equal to under root KHC. So those values are used to find out pH of this solution. pH solution. Therefore, next, there is a continuing weak base because this is weak base points. So that weak base is associated with this. So for weak base, there is a dissociation constant Kb and Kb dissociation constant. Write that Kb value. Kb is equal to NH4 plus 5 into OH minus constant. NH4OH constant. Now I am trying to calculate this NH4OH concentration. Therefore, NH4 concentration equal to, so NH4 is OH by Kb. Substitute this Kb value, this NH4OH value in this equation 1. So after substitution, that is from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2, we will get KH is equal to KW by Kb. KH is equal to KW by Kb. This is very important. What is KH? Hydrolysis constant. KH is equal to ionic product water by degree of that is the dissociation constant of that weak base. Dissociation constant of weak base. Here weak base equals. That's why weak base dissociation constant is used. If it is weak acid dissociation constants are used. So both are there. Both these dissociation constants are used right there. So here the important formula are H value, H plus H concentration, and H condition. All these equations are very, very important. Now this H plus is used to calculate. That H plus concentration is used to calculate our, that is pH calculation. pH of this aqueous solution. Okay, boys. Now I am trying to calculate pH of the aqueous solution. Aqueous solution. Strong acid plus strong salt. Strong acid plus strong base salt. solution. So we know already we completed. So H's constant is equal to H into C under root. So and KH is equal to KW by KB. These are derived just now before. So from these two, H plus constant is equal to KW by KB into C under root H. Apply minus on both sides. Apply minus log on sides. That is minus log H plus is equal to minus log KW by KB into C whole power 1 by 2. So after readjustment, H is equal to 1 by 2. So that is minus log KW. Please read once again, boys. Please read it. Finally, H is equal to our calculation 7 minus 1 by 2 KB. KB plus log C. Boys, this is the side of strong acid plus weak base. Therefore, as it is a framing acid, acid solution. Hydrolysis solution is second. pH is a less than. How much is the less than? This way to calculate pH 7. So less than 7, 7 minus 1 by 2 pKb plus log C. pKb plus log C. So this formula is to calculate pH of aqueous solution of salt of strong acid plus weak base combination. Strong acid plus weak base combination. So only together the final conclusions are KH is equal to this much and H is equal to this much. The KH by C, H concentration is equal to this one. pH for solution is this one. These are already we derived in it. So at least try to my dear boys. So please mind all these formula. So it is for salt of weak acid plus strong acid plus weak base. Strong acid plus weak base. Like this, every salt solution we should carry derived in it. So just derive this one. Please derive your for next salts. So yourself. So finally conclusion, I will give the answers. So how sir? See here. Now it is a salt of strong acid plus weak base. Now reverse it. Reverse. What is that? So solution of salt of, because strong acid plus weak base, now weak acid plus strong base combination. It is a salt and it is second case, my dear boys. Sorry, third case done. What is first? Strong acid plus strong base. Second one is strong acid plus weak base. Third one is weak acid strong base. So all are derived just like before case. So now finally we concluded that. So here also KH is there. That KH is equal to KW by, here KB, here Ka is used. Next hydrolysis, the degree of hydrolysis H is equal to under root KH by C, and no problem. C is the concentration of, C is the concentration of that ion. So next, here OH is strong base, OH minus ion concentration is out. OH minus ion concentration is equal to under root KH into Cl. KH into C, which is equal to under root KW by KB into, because KH is equal to this much, KB not KB, Ka into Cl. This is OH minus. Because it is OH minus, we should calculate POH. POH is equal to 7 minus, just like that, 1 by 2 pKa, pKa. So I'm trying final conclusion, right? Because it is the salt of weak and strong base. As it is strong base, it is a basic pH greater than 7. pH greater than 7. How much? The pH is calculated by using the formula. pH is equal to 7 plus. There it is 7 minus. It is 7 plus 1 by 2 pKa. There KB it is Ka log C. So it is the pH calculation formula for weak acid and strong base. For weak acid and strong base. So it is KH formula. It is H formula. So this is a pH formula. It is for. So all these are derived just like before. We will derive just like before. So like this. So therefore finally pH is equal to 7 plus, because greater than 7. 7 plus 1 by 2 pKa plus log C. pKa plus log C. Previously it is 7 minus 1 by 2 pKb plus log here plus n. So here pH less than 7, here pH greater than 7. So here pH greater than 7, there pH less than 7. So now fourth case. What is the fourth case? That is weak acid plus weak base. That is fourth case. That is solution of weak acid plus weak base. So weak acid plus strong base. The example for this one is weak acid, that is CH3COOH, strong base NaOH, it is CH3COONA, boys. The example for that salt is CH3COONA. Now it is weak acid CH3COOH, from that CH3O minus, weak base is NH4 plus, that is NH4. This is the salt, and ammonium acetate. It is a salt of weak acid and weak base. It is the salt of weak acid and weak base. Therefore, here KH is equal to KW Ka into Kb, boys. Both end. Ka into Kb. Next, H plus concentration is equal to Ka into Kw by Kb whole power 1 by 2. You should derive it. So now pH rate is important. pH is equal to 7 plus 1 by 2 pKa minus pKb. Number of times based on this problems are coming out, my dear boys. So please be mind. It is the salt of weak acid and weak base. Weak acid. So pH is equal to 7 plus 1 by 2. 1 by 2 pKa minus p. Here concentration C is there. That means here pH is independent of concentration of the salt. Concentration of the salt. So pH is equal to 7 plus 1 by 2 pKa minus pKb. So here's the concentration. That is here this solution. pH may be equal to 7, greater than 7 or less than 7. So among, that means here both cationic hydrolysis and anionic hydrolysis takes place. So here salt of weak acid and strong base. So it is basic, means anionic hydrolysis takes place. Here cationic hydrolysis takes place. Here both cationic hydrolysis and anionic hydrolysis takes place. Both cationic hydrolysis and anionic hydrolysis takes place. Here KH is equal to Kw by Ka into Kb. So there Kb, there Kb, here Ka into Kb. Ka into Kb. So this is the way to calculate. So pH of solutions and together I will give the information. So final conclusion, boys. So this is very, very important relation. So based on these relations, we should calculate some problems. So see here. Final conclusion, right? First one, hydrolysis cases ending. Hydrolysis of salt of strong acid plus strong base. No hydrolysis takes place. No hydrolysis takes place. Next, that is solution is neutral. pH is equal to 7. pH is equal to 7. Next, second case, salt of strong acid plus weak base. Strong acid plus weak base. Here acid is strong. Therefore, because acidic in nature, it is acidic in nature, boys. Strong acid, acidic. Acidic H plus. H plus means cationic hydrolysis. Cation hydrolysis takes place. pH acidic means less than 7. pH is less than 7. How to calculate pH? pH is equal to 7 minus 1 by 2 pKb plus log C. pKb, because weak base is pKb. Next, third one, salt of weak acid plus strong base. Okay, so strong base means basic in nature. Basic, that means the pH greater than 7. So that means basic means OH minus. OH minus is negative ion. So that is negative ion. That is ion. Therefore, anionic hydrolysis. Anionic hydrolysis. How to calculate pH? pH is equal to 7 plus 1 by 2. Here weak acid there. Therefore, pKa plus oxygen. pKa plus log. It is the pH calculation formula. pH calculation. Here KH is equal to KW by KB. Here KH is equal to KW by KA. KA. Okay. Next. Fourth one. Salt of weak acid plus weak base. So weak acid plus weak base means cation and anion involved in the hydrolysis. Therefore, cationic hydrolysis and anion hydrolysis takes place. Both these takes place. So maybe pH greater than 7 or pH less than 7, depending on Ka and K values are. Weak acid and weak base respectively. So that may be greater than 7, may be less than 7. K is equal to K, automatically equal to pH is equal to 7. So that means the basic nature of the solution is finally depending on Ka and Kb values only, not on the concentration. Not on the concentration. Both cationic hydrolysis takes place, anionic hydrolysis takes place. Here Kh is equal to Kw by Ka into Kb. Ka into Kb, and pH is equal to 7 plus 1 by 2 pKa minus Kb. So these are used to calculate pH for different types of solutions. pH of different types of solutions. So these are the formula. So now degree of hydrolysis. Degree of hydrolysis, that is KH. So that is in case of, that is weak base and strong acid. Weak base and strong acid, degree of hydrolysis H is equal to KH by C. So here also H is equal to KH by C. KH by C. Next. Here here H is equal to under root KH. H is equal to under root KH. So all the derivations. So please, my dear boys. So that means here KH independent on concentration. H independent on degree of hydrolysis, independent on concentration. No C here. No C. Okay. So these are very important. So just I will give one problem based on this topic. So please resolve from our notes once again all those problems. See what? So there is a problem on degree of hydrolysis. Calculate degree of hydrolysis of and pH of solution. 0.5 CH3COH. It is a salt of CH3COH. Weak acid plus strong base NaOH is present in 100 solution. Given Ka of this one is given to you. Ka is given to you. At last we will discuss. For pKa is equal to minus log 2 into 10 power minus 5. That is 5 minus log 2. Therefore pK value is 0.7 because Ka value is this much. So please keep aside. Now We want to calculate degree of hydrolysis. What is degree of hydrolysis? H is equal to under root KH by Cl. C means concentration of that salt in it. So concentration of salt is not given to you. That's why I'm calculating concentration of salt, which is equal to number of moles by volume liters. Number of moles is 0.05. Volume in liters, 100 ml is 1 by 10 rad. Therefore, the answer is 0.5, which is a concentration C. Which is a concentration C. So concentration of salt. Therefore, apply formula. H is equal to KH by C under root. So KH by C means KW by Ka into C. So KW no, 10 power minus 14. Ka value is given to you. That is 2 into 10 power minus 5. C value is 5 into 10 power minus 1. So altogether it is 10 minus 9. Root. So that value is 3.16 into 10 power minus 5. So it is a degree of hydrolysis. Next, also he calculates. You want to calculate pH. So see boys, it is a CH3COONA. It is a salt of CH3COOH and NaOH. Add this water in. CH3COOH and NaOH. CH3COOH is weak acid, NaOH is a strong base. So therefore, it is because it is a strong basic. Therefore, the solution is basic and pH greater than 7. Therefore, to calculate pH, pH is equal to 7 plus 1 by 2, pK plus log C. Therefore, 7 plus 1 by 2, pK already we calculated here, that is 4.7 plus log C. C means 0.5. So after final calculation, our answer is 9.2. After final calculation, our answer is 9.2. It is a way to calculate degree of hydrolysis and pH of the solution. So, my dear boys, some more problems I will send. So please read those problems. This is the end of this syllabus. So please read carefully. Thank you, my dear boys. Thank you. Bye.